greetings. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get into it with you guys tonight. What if I told you there is one most important way, one most important way, one most effective way, one most powerful way to attract pure love? One way. And I'm going to share that with you all tonight. Um, as you guys come in, say hello in the chat. Let me know that you are here. Greetings. Let me know that you all are here. I'm just getting my comment filters set properly so I can see who's in the chat. Give me a greeting so I know who's here. Definitely looking forward to some questions tonight. This is actually like it's one of those concepts that's so simple that you may not have questions, but I hope you do. You can give me a question about anything, but it's such a simple concept that it's just like, what a relief. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hi, Jit. Greetings to Jit in the UK. Greetings to Digimo in New Jersey. Greetings. How are y'all tonight? I'm so glad y'all can make it. All right, so we're getting into our topic tonight. Our topic tonight is the number one way to attract pure love. Okay, and I know we have guys in here tonight, and sometimes guys try to act like they don't care about love, they don't want to be in love. Stop it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, and it's okay. It's okay. Everybody wants love, right? Everybody wants to be seen, loved, and accepted for exactly who they are. It's the number one human emotional need. The number one emotional need of humans is love, right? So I love to talk about love. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. And that's what we're talking about tonight on episode number 29. Can y'all believe it? This is episode number 29 of Attract and Love Energy. I'm super happy for that. Super duper happy. Um, so I just want to introduce myself real quick for anybody who may watch that is not already familiar or maybe here for the first time. And Diggy Mo says, not true. We men do care and trust love. That is right. That's right. Men do, right? Like real men do care about love. Real men are nurturers, you know? And I'm not saying real men in the sense of challenging anybody's masculinity, but saying people who are not on that puffed up nonsense, on that fake, toxic, masculine, energy versus the divine masculine energy, right? So, greetings, everybody coming into the room. So glad to see y'all here. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We're talking about the number one way to attract pure love. Okay. So for those who don't know, my name is Pangia Northstar. I am an energy healer. I am a sound therapist, an attraction coach, and a teacher. And I love to talk about love. So that's what we talk about on Tuesday nights live, Attracting Love Energy. We're always talking about how to use the laws of attractions to attract love energy into your life. And this is love of all kinds. Of course, we're going to talk about romantic love because that's the juicy stuff, right? But your relationships with your friends and your family are also part of what makes life good. What makes life warm and beautiful on a day-to-day basis, right? It's what makes your life rich, right? It's part of what we came here to experience and to create is these beautiful relationships with our friends and family, not just our loved ones, right? Think about this. Um, you know, I was talking with my mother last night, and I was saying to her, I don't know where this quote came from. No, I don't feel like I made it up. And I don't like to take credit where credit is not due. I don't feel like I made it up, but I think we've all heard it said that, you never truly die. You never really die until the last time someone speaks your name. Think about that. Your spirit is still here among us until the last time someone speaks your name, right? So there are people who have lived on this earth centuries ago, thousands of years ago, and people are still speaking their name. Why? These are the people who have done wonderful things and made great impact. Now, unfortunately, there are people who have done horrible things and their name is still spoken for a long time because of their impact. But those who have the most long lasting, far reaching impact are those who are loved, who have um, who have given or created acts of love, right, and impacted people in a loving way, right? And I see Jit saying, yes, men are nurturing. Very, very true. Men are nurturing, right? Men are also nurturers, right? So that's what we're talking about, that divine masculine energy, right? So we want to impact the world with love. And the best way to attract love is to impact others with love. So we're going to talk about that. Okay. So our topic tonight, the number one way to attract pure love is, are you ready? The number one way to attract pure love is to follow your joy to your most authentic self. Following your joy to your most authentic self is the best way to attract pure love into your life, right? And we're going to talk about this. We're going to think about this, right? And okay, Jen has a question. How does love protect you from darkness? Ooh, I love this question. We kind of touched on it a little bit because we even talked about, your spirit is everlasting, it's ever living, and you're protected even from the darkness of death by the impact that you had on the world of by spreading love, right? But love also protects you from darkness on an everyday basis. When you tap into love, when I think of darkness, I think of what makes people afraid of the darkness, because darkness makes you feel that you are alone, right? It makes you feel unsafe. It makes you feel unprotected, right? And darkness is uncertainty, okay? And I'm just kind of digging into this a little bit because you just said darkness. And when I think of darkness, well, what does that mean, right? And if you think of literal darkness, not only do you feel alone, but you're also impacted by the fear that you may not be alone, and you don't realize that perhaps there's something there in the darkness that could harm you, so you don't feel safe, right? But the vibration of love lifts us out of the fear of that darkness, because really in our hearts, if you guys think about it, in our hearts, we know that there is so much that we can withstand, right? There's so much that we can face and that we can live through it. Any of us, anybody alive right now has been through something. Okay? There's nobody in this conversation right now that has not been through something serious in their life. There's no one who's going to watch this later who has not experienced some type of darkness touching their life, right? Because that's the time that we live in. However, think about the way that you're able to move through that and to get through that when there is love in your life and when you know that someone is there with you, right? When you know that someone is there with you, what is the difference in the impact that that darkness that touched your life has, right? There's still darkness. You're still sad. You still may be somewhat afraid, but having the comfort of knowing that someone is there with you, that love is there for you to catch you when you fall, that is a huge protection from darkness. It is a protection from the impact of darkness, right? Because it's not the darkness itself that we have to be afraid of or that we are, impacted by, or, that touches you. It's the impact of darkness that you're like, oh gosh, what's going to happen next, right? But think about how much more are you able to coast through a difficult situation when someone's there for you, when you have love in your life, right? And on this channel, if that, give me some hearts, if that resonates with you, right? If you've ever experienced a situation where you're like, man, something, horrible happened, but someone was there for me. I didn't feel alone through this, right? There's so much that we can get through when we do not feel alone. And love prevents us from feeling alone, right? love energy, love energy is for healing. Love energy is compassion. It is abundance, right? And it makes us feel abundant. It helps us to experience our life more abundantly, right? That's what love energy does for us. Okay, so thank you for letting me know that that resonates. And don't forget, this also includes internal experiences of love, love of the self, right? Because we absolutely cannot go through life being dependent, being 100% dependent on something to show up externally to make us feel loved. Must have self-love, and we're going to talk about that more later. Okay. Okay, you guys, so we're going to get back, go further into our topic. I'm not going to say get back to the topic because we didn't really leave it with that question. That was an excellent question. Thank you. Okay, so following your joy to your most authentic self is the number one way to attract pure love. Because remember, we're always talking about, utilizing the laws of attraction to attract love into our life, right? So we know the law of attraction teaches us that what the vibrations that we're putting out into the atmosphere dictates what we draw in to our life, right? What we draw into our atmosphere, what appears in our reality, right? So, of course, if we want pure love to come into our lives, we got to be putting out pure love, okay? You guys got to take a sip of my moon water. I don't know if you guys do this practice, but if you put pure spring water outside or on your ledge, on your window ledge, on the night of a full moon, you are able to capture the energy of the full moon, which is for releasing things that did not serve you and for creating balance. Okay, so I just want to share that real quick. Just a little moon water. I just want to have a little sip really quick before we get into this topic. All right, so good tip. If you didn't know that, give me some hearts. If you did not know that, if that's new, or if you've done it before, give me some hearts. Love some good moon water. It's very energizing. If it's anybody's first time hearing that, it's like, what? Are you kidding me? No, it's very energizing. Very energizing. You can do it on the night of a full moon or on the night of a new moon. Okay, and the new moon energy is for it's organizing, getting things done, putting new things into motion. Okay, very, very energizing. You'd be surprised. Try it. Okay, so you guys, following your joy to your most authentic self. What do I mean? Yes, Jit said I didn't know that. Okay, so yes, following your joy to your most authentic self. What do I mean when I say follow your joy? Let's start right there. Okay, now following your joy is just that, right? When you have something in your life that you do that brings you joy, pay attention to that and do more of that. Go further in that direction, okay? And it's crazy that we even have to say that, but just in this fast-paced world that we live in, it's so easy to just be, work, to be consumed with your work, with things that are going on around you that are not necessarily bringing you joy. Okay, it's easy to get caught up and consumed with things that feel like work, that feel like the battlefield, right? That feel like struggle and are not really giving you joy. Okay, and even sometimes, even in your entertainment, a lot of times it's easy to just like drift toward things that are more of a distraction than a joy. Okay, but I want you to follow the things that make you happy. Okay, things that bring you joy naturally. Most of the time, this is going to be something that you do that is creative, that just sets your heart on fire. Okay, so this could be cooking, this could be having deep conversations with people, this could be painting, this could be going for a walk or a run, this could be interacting with your pets or your children. anything that really brings you joy. And I want you to stop and think about it, because so many times, you know, it's the thing that you do so natural that you don't even think about it. And that is the thing that you're like really here to do. You're really here on the planet to do. Really quickly, Diggy Mo says, explain about the water again. So I'm going to explain super quick. This is a mason jar, okay? If you get a mason jar, put spring water in it. And overnight, you're either going to put it outside, like on your, if you have a balcony or something that's safe where no one would bother, or you could just put it on the window ledge of your window, right? You just put it there and allow it to catch the moonlight. Light is energy. Light is frequency, right? So you want to do that on a night of a full moon or a new moon. For a full moon, when you do it on a full moon, you're capturing the energy of releasing things that do not serve you. Okay? Releasing things that do not serve you. And when you drink the water the next day, if there's something that you're trying to release, that you need to release in your life, voila, here you have it. Drinking this water will assist you in discovering and releasing things that are no longer serving you, right? And being able to let those things go. The energy of the new moon is about organizing, starting new things, right? So you would do the same thing on a new moon, okay? And maybe plan, you know, things that you want to manifest, things you want to see come about in your life, okay? Quick departure from the topic, but since I started, I had to finish with someone asked a question, okay? So back to our subject. Greetings, Zena Electra. Greetings, Dabney. Hi. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you guys for all the support tonight. So we're talking about the number one way to attract pure love, which is following your joy to your most authentic self, okay? And when you're following your joy, you notice the things that really make you happy, right? Say it's spending time with a pet, right? Pay attention to that. Create more of that in your life. Spend more time with your pet, right? Maybe there's something that you're here to do. Now we're talking about mission and purpose, right? Because the things that make us happy in life are also a clue to our purpose for being here. The most common question I get is, how do I find my purpose? How do I find my purpose? The top two questions I get when I do readings is, how do I find my purpose, and will I find love? And they're very interconnected, okay? Because love, in most cases, is the fuel that helps get us to our purpose, right? And for me, my purpose is teaching about love, experiencing, exploring, experimenting, creating love. That's what I'm here for, right? That's my reason for being on the planet, spreading joy and love. But this is very important that people know their purpose and that they follow their joy, right? Because living a joyful life is the best way for you to assist in raising the vibration of the planet. Has everyone noticed it is dark and dense here on planet Earth? It's a rough place, right? It is a rough place to be, but it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way, okay? The best way to help make this place a joyful place is for you, for each of us, to be living in our joy as much as possible, okay? Which is why certain systems are set up to make it difficult for us to do that. Because the darker and the more dense it is here, the easier it is for the powers that be to remain the powers that be, to remain in control. When people are in darkness and are in fear, right, which is the opposite of love, right? When people are in fear instead of joy and love, they're easy to control, right? So we want to be following our joy. You don't have to be a superhero and go save anybody, go saving people from burning buildings. You don't have to be that type of superhero, okay? And if you want to help raise the vibration of the planet, you don't have to be a reader. You don't have to be a healer, right? You don't have to engage in these type of activities if you don't want to do that on a public stage. The most powerful thing that you can do in many cases is to live a joyful life. Follow your joy, right? So many of us are not following our joy. We're going to talk about just a couple of reasons why people are not following their joy, then we're going to move on. A couple of reasons people are not following their joy is because of judgment, right? A lot of times we are judging ourselves. Digimo says, I will try that with the next new moon. Let me know how that goes. You will find it to be very energizing. Very energizing. Okay? I love to do it at a new moon. It's a good time for planning next phases of your life. So anyways, some of us are not following our joy because we're actually in judgment of ourselves. We have judged that the thing that makes us the most joyful is not worthwhile because we can't see how it would make a lot of money, right? And in this realm, money rules everything, and everything is so about money, and gotta have that money, right? So if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, right? So you're judging yourself that this is not worthy of your time, either because it doesn't make money, or perhaps you don't see other people doing it. Maybe it's something that you do that brings you joy that you don't see other people doing, or you don't see other people that look like you or fit your description doing. So therefore you're judging yourself about doing that because you don't see other people like you doing that, right? Fun, like have fun. Stop judging what is fun to you. Don't judge that. I'm trying to think of a good example, a really good example. Something that I like to do is drawing. I love to draw. So I have I call her my niece, is my best friend's daughter. She's 8 years old and she loves to do art. She loves to draw like clothes for just made up dolls. She loves to draw anything. She does something called blind bags, right? Just where you draw little figurines. Sometimes we're drawing mermaids. Sometimes we're drawing all the ingredients that you would put on a pizza and then like cut it out and glue it. Listen, I'm in my 40s. I know that, right? I know that. No illusions about my age, right? Or the stage of life that I'm in, right? And it does not make me any money to make these blind bags, but it gives me time to play and be a child for a little while, right? And it brings me joy. I love to do that with her. And I like to draw in my personal time. I draw on my own. It'd be great, cute to say I just do it with her, but that is not true. Greetings today. We're talking about Gabby and her blind bags, right? And how much I love to draw, with my niece, creating artwork, right? I got another friend that took me to the park. I called my friend. I said, hey, I'm bored. I'm going to do something normal today. Now, notice the word normal. And what I meant was I don't want to do anything that has to do with work. I just want to feel like a normal person today. I don't want to do any spiriting. I didn't want to do any readings. I didn't want to, pull any cards or hit any sound bowls. Or, I didn't want to channel anybody today. I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, I want to get outside and go be normal. And what my other best friend took me to do? Took me to the park to paint a rock. We painted a rock and we had fun. Weird, right? Weird. When the last time you went to the park and saw two Black women, one of which was in her 40s, painting rocks? It was great. It was fun. It was a great time. It was one of the best days of 2024 for me, right? And And my vibration was so high, right? Beautiful, lovely, right? She shared her artwork with me. I went and picked a random rock like off the ground. It was free, you know? And I'm just saying, you guys, sometimes I want you to try things that are new. Try things that are new and really give yourself over to them. Be in that moment. Be in that moment, right? And don't judge yourself for liking to do something that might be goofy or out of the box, that you've been told you belong in. Stop choosing boxes. Nobody can put you in a box. We choose these boxes. We agree to these boxes. That because you are a, middle-aged Black woman, you are not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to sing like this or dance like that. You're supposed to sing like this and dance like that. You're supposed to enjoy these activities. You're supposed to express yourself this way and yada, 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 yada. Stop that. Because you are a young white male, you are supposed to behave this way, right? You're supposed to enjoy this set of activities and, conduct yourself like this, associate with these type of people, if you want to, if you want religion, we've got a religion box for you here. This is your religion because you're a young white male or a young Black woman or an older Asian female or whatever the case may be. Stop choosing boxes. You don't have to choose from among the boxes that are set before you. You don't have to. Escape the box. Okay? So let's keep going here. Let's go a little deeper, right? The first thing is following your joy without judgment. Following your joy, because your joy is going to lead you to your most authentic self. Your most authentic self. And it's so funny. I'll share one more thing on this. All my life, I've been accused of acting like or being like a white woman, right? Which is funny. It's funny, and I get it. I get it. Whatever. This is me, and I don't apologize. I don't apologize for who I am, right? So there are varied portions of myself. Some fit in the box, the Black woman box, and some don't, right? Some parts of me, some characteristics of me fit in the Black box, some fit in the woman box, some don't fit in the Black or the woman box, okay? But I've got a friend who's here, Zena, greetings Zena again, that did a past life regression on me. And one of the timelines that I saw in my regression, I was a white woman. I was living the life of a white woman. That was the timeline that I saw. When I saw myself in the mirror, I saw myself. I had red hair, and I'm doing this because I had bangs, right? Greetings, Zena's bearing witness because she did my regression. I had red hair, I had bangs, and I had like bluish green eyes, okay? And two things here about this. It reminded me of two things. When I was a child, I used to always, and we lived in Germany at the time. When I was a child, I used to love to draw then, just like I draw now with my 8-year-old niece. When I was 7, I used to draw. 5, 6, 7, 8. I used to draw all the time, and I would always draw these images of women in these beautiful ball gowns. And I can remember specifically an incident when I drew this woman in this beautiful ball gown. It was a white woman with these big blue-green eyes. And I drew several images, and my mom was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "It's me." And my mother looked at my father and said, "We got to get her out of Germany. We got to get her out of here. The child is having an identity crisis, But when I think back on that now, I'm like, oh, it makes sense. I was only 7. I still knew who I was before I came here as Pangea, right? So, hello, children know who they are, right? And there are aspects of ourselves that we just forget because we're told, hey, now you're here in this body, and here's the box for you. Go check out this box and make sure you're fulfilling all the requirements of that box. You're a Black woman now. You have to act that way, right? And when I shared the story about my regression with one of my other close friends, a guy friend, and he cracked up laughing. He said, "Oh, I can believe that you are a white woman." He said, you laugh like a white woman." And I cracked up, I died laughing, cracked up laughing. I was like, oh my God, embarrassing, but it's true. White woman, and I'm doing this because that's a stereotype, right? We have these stereotypes of certain things we're supposed to fit. Get out of that. Get out of that. Look, my other friend is over here like, yeah, you do. Yeah, I do. I do. I do. Okay. And he actually, he said, you laugh like a rich white woman. Well, I died laughing, y'all. Hilarious. But in that regression, that's what I was, a rich white woman. I'll never forget it. Hilarious. And it fits. It's authentic self. Okay. So we're going back to this theme of the number one way to attract pure love is to follow your joy to your most authentic self, right? So being your most authentic self. Let's look at that. Living out loud, living your journey out loud. Okay. And we talked about this in another video where I was saying, to live your journey, your healing journey out loud, because your healing journey is your mating call. Okay. Your healing journey is your mating call. What do I mean by this? Well, everything that is in our, I'm going to say aura, or our biomagnetic field, this field of energy that is right here around each of us. We have this field of energy, right? All of our emotions are what make the vibrations in this field of energy, that is this invisible field of energy that is right around us at all times, okay? In this invisible field of energy is our joy, right? It is our peace, right? It is the energy of these things that make us joyful, but it's also unresolved trauma, okay? Also unresolved trauma. And these things in our energy field are determining what is attracted to us. Who is attracted to us? Okay? So when I say that your healing journey is your mating call, you are constantly going to be attracting people that are working out or need to work out the same things that you need to work out, the same things that you need to heal. You're going to attract people who need to heal the same things that you need to heal, but perhaps theirs shows up differently. Okay? So when you begin your healing journey, okay, and I don't want to make a detour here, but I do want to say, when you first begin your healing journey, don't, if you believe in a like the one, having the one in your life, or that there's only one for you, or that you're gonna, you believe in like mating for life. If you're, a monogamous person, don't expect to find the one at the beginning of your healing journey. What you're gonna find at the beginning of your healing journey is the one that needs to work out the same trauma that you do. Okay? I'm just telling the truth. Okay? And I don't want you all to look at this as a failure. Okay? It is not a failure at all. Okay? Just because you meet someone and fall in love with someone, and that person is not the one you're going to spend the rest of your life with, that does not make that experience a failure by any means. Okay? It's just an opportunity for your attention to be brought to something in your life that you need to work out, something you need to heal. And you guys are mirroring each other. You are mirroring each other. Okay? So I've used this for example a long time ago. It just may not be that they're the one, or necessarily They may not be the one, but they're a one. Let's say that, okay? Because I said comment here says the wrong one. Maybe not. Maybe they're the exact right one to help you work out a particular issue, to work out a particular unresolved trauma, which can be very, very painful. It can be something very ugly to look at. But if you learn a lesson, if you learn the lesson that that person holds for you, that's not a failure at all. It's only a failure when that person comes into your life and leaves your life in a destructive way, creating some more trauma, and you didn't even learn anything. Then it's like, well, it may be a little bit of a fail, a little bit of a fail, but you always have the opportunity to revisit that in your mind and in your heart and ask yourself, well, what did I learn? What did this teach me? What can I learn from that now? Even if you're no longer in the situation. Once it has passed, we can look at it, right? If you leave with them on good terms, you can reach back out to them and say, hey, can we talk about this? Did we learn anything from each other? That's why a lot of times when you break up with someone, you have so many questions, so many unanswered questions, because there was something there for you to learn, right? So, you all, living out loud, living your healing journey out loud is your mating call, okay? Because when you're transparent, when you're real with others, you're also being real with yourself. And many times we're seeing people that's like, oh, you're not keeping it real, you're not being real with other people. Well, don't take it personal. It's not that they're not being real with you. It's really that they're not being real with themselves. A person can't tell you the truth about something they're lying to themselves about. Okay? So in the beginning of your healing journey, and I hate to even say beginning or whatever, try to quantify it like that, because you never know where a person came from, but you're going to I consider the beginning of your healing journey at a point when, and as it pertains to dating, let's keep it in that sphere of dating, right? When you're still attracting people based on your trauma, on unresolved trauma, I'm going to say that's the beginning of a healing journey, okay? I'm just going to quantify it like that, because I'm about to talk about flipping a switch, okay? I'm setting up talking about flipping a switch. There is a point at which you go from attracting person after person based off of unresolved trauma, because there are these lessons that you need to learn, these unresolved traumas trapped in your energy field. These are the unresolved things that happened to you in childhood, what you saw growing up, these poor examples that may have been set for you, right? Things that happened when you were young, just living in the 3D realm. There's nothing you can do about it. but try to change, try to heal it after the fact, right? All of these things happen. They're attracting person after person. And most of the time, you're going to see a pattern. You'll see a pattern in people you're dating. That's how you know you're still attracting. You're attracting off of unresolved trauma. Always attracting liars. Always attracting users. Always attracting people who don't see you. Always attracting people who aren't ready for a commitment, right? Always attracting for people that don't value what you value. Always attracting people who, whatever. Whatever it is, okay? There's these different patterns, okay? But there comes a point in your journey where you're switching over from attracting based on your unresolved trauma to attracting people based on your healing work, okay? How do you know the difference? How do you know the difference? You're going to begin to attract people that are aware, because you're aware. Once you become aware and you're facing your unresolved traumas head on, you're facing your fears head on, you become aware, oh, this process is happening to me. I am working on healing. I'm being intentional about healing. You're going to begin attracting people who are aware and who are intentional about their healing. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. This goes for men and women. Okay? So I'm still in the dating world myself, right? I notice a pattern now. I'm attracting people that are working on themselves, people that have had therapy, people that are in therapy, people that are getting healing work, getting energy work done, people that have been doing this for years, people who are also building a business. Like you're meeting people, you're going to start seeing all these outward reflections of you that reflect where you are now. Okay, so you're gonna, and you will also, another thing that you will notice is people who have already been in your life and are still in your life, right? Friends, family, people that are still in contact with you. And I'm saying that because we all know, who's been on a healing journey for a while, when you start to change, other people start to fall off. People who don't want to change, people who don't want to heal, people who don't want to improve themselves, they kind of like start to disintegrate and disappear out of your life. But then there are groups of people who like you kind of, I don't want to say stuck with, but they're not going anywhere, right? People who are in your family, who are going to always be family members, right? But people who you still have a relationship with. And some of them, even the close people that you want to still have a relationship with, the people who are still a big part of your life, you will start to notice changes in them. Jit is here, and Jit can attest to this. You will start to see people in your family and your friends start to change as well. That's when you know you're beginning to jump timelines, as we say. You're living a better version. You transition into a better version of yourself. So not only are the new people that you meet different, there are people who are also on a healing journey. Give me some hearts if this resonates, right? But you'll also notice the people that have been in your life all this time and have managed to stay in your life even through your transition. You'll notice them beginning to transition into higher versions of themselves as well. You see them beginning to heal. You see them begin to experience an opening. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. This is a form of love. This is you witnessing the impact of your love energy, the love energy that you are emitting. Okay? So hang in there. And guys, I really want us to get out of only recognizing romantic love as love. I want you to get out of telling yourself every time you have a breakup, oh, it must not have been love because we broke up. That is a lie. That is a lie. When will you really experience and absorb and like anchor in a love experience in your life that's meaningful if you continue to tell yourself that the only thing you count as love is the love that lasts forever? Well, only one love in your life is ever gonna last forever. Think about that. You can only have one romantic love that lasts forever, and you won't realize that until you die. It's like, so you're gonna wait till you die to recognize that you had all this love in your life? Stop it. That's crazy. That is crazy. Go ahead and call that fling love. What? It may have been temporary love. It may have been a little spicy one-off type of love, but that was a kind of love. Go ahead and call your friendship love. It may not have been romantic love. It may not have been sexual in nature, right? But it's friendship. It's a friendship love, and that counts. That matters. That love that takes you to the park and has you painting a rock. That's love. That love that has you cutting out paper dolls or going to school functions, right? Going to basketball and football games. That's love. Go ahead and call that love. Give yourself permission to receive and to recognize the love that you do have in your life. Lean into it. That's juicy. That energy is for your manifestation, for the manifestation of that romantic love that you do want. Lean into that, right? That is one of the joys that is leading you to your most authentic self. If you have someone, a friendship in your life that is, really meaningful to you, that is a joy that you can follow, that is leading you, giving you clues to who your most authentic self is. If you have a young person in your life, you find yourself going to football and basketball games or cheerleading, tryouts or whatever, something that's taking you out of your comfort zone and it brings you joy, out of your everyday rat race and that brings you joy, that is a clue. Follow that breadcrumb to your most authentic self. Enjoy that energy. Absorb that energy, right? Feel that. Lean into that. When you take that in, that is for you to harness and manifest your partner. Okay? If a partner is what you want, if you don't even appreciate and embrace and embody the love that is here, how will you ever manifest the love of your life, as they say, right? Your life partner. How will you ever manifest that? Recognize and give gratitude for the love that is here. If it's your pet, y'all probably hear my Max. I don't like to call him a DOG. He's my heart opener. He's not my DOG. He's my heart opener. I could probably hear him over here snoring in the background. I cherish that baby. That is the love that is here for me to harness to manifest a life partner, right? You guys have to understand this concept, okay? Dig in, lean in, harness the energy that is here for you, okay? So follow these clues. And it's okay that you're going to have some painful experiences along the way, but there will come a time where you're going to flip that switch and begin attracting based on not the unresolved trauma, because you're dissipating these traumas. You're tackling these traumas and they're affecting you less and less and less all the time. You don't have to look for them to be disappeared. Look for them to get better. Look for them to be less dense. Right? Look for them to affect you less and appreciate those gradual steps. And you will soon begin attracting people, events, things, scenarios based on the healing you've been doing. Okay? You're going to attract reflections of the healing that you've been doing. Okay? So lastly, the reason why following your joy to your most authentic self, that is the best way, the number one way to attract pure love. And I am talking about partner love, but I am also talking about friends and family love, to attract compassion in every situation. I have a dear family member the other day. I'm just going to give an example of what I mean by compassion. Okay? I have a dear family member. I'm not going to say who because I don't think they would want me to. I have a dear family member that went to a doctor's appointment the other day expecting an evaluation. Okay? Expecting a simple evaluation. My dear family member gets to the doctor's office and realizes they are being prepped for a procedure, like a surgical type procedure, and freaks out, right? Because she's there by herself and was not expecting this on this day, right? Normally, I would be there to support, or someone would be there to support if there was a procedure happening. Can you imagine going to the doctor thinking they're going to look at you and they try to start working on you? What? So my dear family member is like, whoa, really like losing it, right? And the nurse stops and says, you know what? I know what the schedule says, but I cannot in good conscience, I can't continue in, prepping you and getting you ready. Let me go talk to someone and see what I can do and get you set up for another day. Compassion, right? That is a type of love. Heart chakra, right? That is a type of love. Okay? When these things happen for you, someone sees you carrying something heavy and tries to help you, just showing you kindness out of nowhere, That is a form of love. We must recognize that in our lives. Okay? So, this is important because following your joy to your most authentic self is the most important act of self-love. Self-love, which attracts love in return. Attracts love in return. Okay? So, whether you're seeing an outward reflection of romantic love or compassionate love, just an acts of kindness and mercy. You know, if you're seeing that, take that in. Take that in, lean into it, right? Take that in. If it brings you joy, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Take in the moment in which someone showed you love, because it's showing you, the universe is showing you that you are lovable. And way too many people run around feeling unlovable. Unlovable. That just hit somebody real hard. You didn't realize you were feeling unlovable. I felt that. But too many of us are spending time in that space, feeling that way. So I want you to begin to notice, give me some hearts if this is resonating with you. I want you to begin to notice the outward reflections of love in your life. These small things that bring you joy. Stop judging yourself. Bring these moments inward into your heart space. And allow yourself to come into acceptance of that light inside of you that is drawing these moments. Even if these moments seem fleeting. If it's somebody sexy that smiles at you at the coffee shop, right? If it's someone that compliments you in the grocery store, if it's someone that offers to help you, it doesn't always have to be these big momentous moments that Hollywood has trained our eye to look for. That Hollywood tells us is the only thing that counts, these grand gestures. Stop waiting on some fireworks to appear in the sky or some balloons to drop down from the ceiling before you recognize you have love in your life. Cut it out. Like sometimes I just want to slap us. Like, wake up. Wake up. You have this gorgeous kid, this loving pet, these parents who get on your nerves, but they love you, right? They love you. These family members, these friends, they put up with you, okay? They put up with you. And they may talk about you, but they put up with you. Yes, they do. Because we think of ourselves as putting up with other people, but they're putting up with us too. But sometimes we are ridiculous, y'all. Like seriously, you know you're ridiculous. you know you could be ridiculous, right? Are we gonna be for real? You know you could be ridiculous sometimes. They putting up with you just like you're putting up with them. Thank you for the support in the chat, right? It's like seriously, we go through all these changes in life too, and we always think of the ways we're putting up with other people, but other people are putting up with us. They're still around, okay? So think of those moments. Whether it's a small moment where someone caught your eye in public and noticed your beautiful smile, right? Just a little glimmer, your spark. Or there's someone that knows you and was there for you when you were crying. That is love, right? And that is the attraction, the magnetism of your most authentic self. Begin to notice that and follow that. Because following that, recognizing that without judgment is the most beautiful act of self-love, the most pure, pristine act of self-love. And when we are in that energy, whether it's for a fleeting second or whether it was for the whole year, this whole year that we're wrapping up here, right? This video is being made at the end of 2024, okay? That it is that energy that is what I call our signature frequency, right? And your signature frequency is not just any frequency. We've made a lot of frequencies, but your signature frequency is emitted when you are being your most authentic self. Why is that important? Because you want to attract your most authentic mate. The mate that is right for you. It's not about attracting quantity, loads of people, that you got to scroll or sift through on some app. What is that? The joy and the richness and the beauty of life comes from attracting your most authentic match, whether it's in a mate or in your friends or the version of your family members, watching your family members transform into a higher version of themselves that now vibe with you. They are now vibing with you. Can you imagine that for those who are still in struggle and in strife with their friends and family? This is about allowing your healing journey, your unfolding to happen. As you stop judging yourself, you stop judging others, and others who are in judgment of you can no longer stand to be in your presence, right? So the people around you who are judging you, they either got to disappear, they either got to disintegrate, they either have to vibrate out of your reality, or they have to begin to stop judging you and accept you because you're accepting yourself, right? If you have questions, please put your questions in the chat now because we're going to begin to wrap up. But as your healing journey continues, everything around you begins to transform. So as you begin to anchor in and rest in this following of your joy to your most authentic self, who you accept, right? You're going to begin to see all these reflections of you, the real you, your authentic self, your authentic match, right? So this is the best way to attract pure love. We have a comment. Raising my vibration has raised the vibration of my family. Absolutely. And I am experiencing this in every relationship in my life. I want to say that again. Every relationship in my life, I'm seeing transform right in front of my eyes. This is friends. This is family. This is romantic interests. I see them all transforming. All of them. All of them maturing. All of them transitioning into something beautiful. All of them deepening. All of them deepening. There's not all this friction and tension and rejection of one another. Why? I no longer reject myself. I'm hitting a new level of acceptance for myself. It's like I was on TikTok today and this thing said, you started a streak. You and so have been, chatting for 3 days. Or I think about I have this exercise machine, and it when you finish a certain number of workouts, it says bling, and all these stars happen. And it's like, oh, you've completed your 80th workout or whatever it is, whatever the significant number is. I feel that happening in my life. It's like I feel those streaks and these stars and these celebrations happening in my spirit because I see all of my friendships, my relationships, my family ships, my business ships, all these different ships, all of these different relations, these connections. I see them all deepening and maturing, right? All of them. All of them. So I'm just inviting you guys to this space. Inviting you guys to this level of the game. The pure love level of the game, right? Where you will find your most authentic self. Are they trapped in a castle? You need to rescue them. Think of it like a video game. Think of it however you need to think of it, but get after it. Okay? We're at an hour, you all. I don't see questions coming through, going once, going twice. Are there any questions? Is there anyone that wants me to tap into your energy, read into your energy, feel into where you are and see what's going on? Let me know. Yes, I see so many wonderful comments in the chat. Thank y'all so much for all the love and the support tonight. This has been a beautiful conversation. I promise I lie to myself every week and go, oh, I'm only gonna be on here 30 minutes. But y'all give me so much support, y'all give me so much good energy. This is me following my joy, right? This is me following my joy. Jit says, what's my energy? Your energy, and I have to say, in all fairness, this is someone that I know. But this is not something that I've expressed. Not something that we've touched on. Okay, and this is not a complete stranger in the comments. I have to be transparent about that. But your energy is that of a quantum healer. Your energy, you have an energy like the term Megatron comes to me. Megatron. I see you like a machine that is also a being. A machine that is also a being. And I want to see if it helped me explain this, Spirit. So a machine that is also a being would be like a spaceship that is also a live being. Okay? And I'm saying a spaceship because your energy is intergalactic. Your energy is intergalactic. We've not talked about this. But you have the energy of a quantum healer at the highest levels. Okay? And you are very in touch with your highest self. And we talk a lot, in these spaces about higher self. And then every now and then you hear highest self, right? But your highest self is the version of you that has already already passed every test, already agreed to fulfill every contract so that you may one day return home to source. And that version of you, your highest self, is always here for all of us, feeding us the answers. But you, sir, are very in touch with your highest self, and you are in and out of this dimension. You are in and out of dimensions often. Okay? In and out of dimensions often. And for those of us who are in and out of dimensions often, it can be difficult to function the way that we are expected to function, or with the regularity that we're expected to function. It's hard to fit in the boxes. I'll say it like that. It's very difficult to fit into these boxes, right? When you're in and out of dimensions. But I want you to never lose connection with, never lose faith in the deep knowing that you are in your Megatron, your highest self energy. This energy that is not only a person here in the 3D realm, but it's also a time traveler, that is also a healer, that is the highest iteration of yourself before reconnecting and becoming one with source again. Okay? That version of you, that highest self version of you, is a very active. Very, very active. Okay? And lean into that. You can't worry about what it looks like. You can't worry about what it looks like. You have to be willing to come full circle. Don't worry about what it looks like in this realm, because the only way it's going to change in this realm is for you to fully engage with that realm. Okay? And I think you know what I mean. Give me some hearts if this resonates. Okay? Hi, Janice. Hey, we're taking questions. We're at the end. We're wrapping up. I don't know how long you've been on here, but if you weren't here at the beginning, I hope you go back and watch it. This was a good one tonight. This was hot. Hot. You are welcome. You are welcome for that, and we can talk about it, further if you like. You know how to reach me. But you're there already, and I know how that looks. I know how it can feel, and I get tired of feeling different. It can be exhausting, right? But then when I fully lean into it, what I find that's there on the other side in that other realm is a total recharge, total restoration. Okay. Total restoration. So lean into that Megatron version of yourself. Okay? You are powerful. You're powerful. You just have to drop that fear of your own power. And we met on that note, if you remember. Okay, so if there's there's no other questions, I'm gonna get out of here, you all. Peace, love, blessings. I am wishing you a discovery of your most authentic self. I am here standing in my most authentic self, sharing with you a reflection of my most authentic self as a clue, as a breadcrumb to help you to discover your most authentic self. Okay? I love you guys. I love you guys so much for standing in love and sending support tonight. It's so helpful. I really feel my heart light come on. I really feel source enter the room. I really feel that energy kick up a notch, and I feel myself go into like warp speed when y'all are here with me, interacting with me. So I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys helping me make it hot every week. Peace. I see you, Danny. Peace, 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 and blessings to you all. I love you all. Mwah. All right. See you next week. Peace.